So. I know. It's late. But I haven't forgot the stream. I haven't forgot it. Alright? So, today we're not doing personality reload, but we're doing a very fucking stupid stream idea, which is reading the backrooms lore. So, it was a stream that I thought of recently that I wanted to do with my sibling, or fantasy, like my number one fan. We're just gonna fucking read the backrooms lore. Oh, I haven't saw that my Discord was right there. So, who's ready for the backrooms? You're right back. I'm going to notify Fantasy themselves that the stream has started. So, it is time to my dumbest stream idea ever. I'm just gonna lower the sound a bit of the music. There's fan arts. There's backrooms fan arts. Damn. Okay, so if you're not careful and you no-clip out of reality in wrong areas, you'll end up in the backrooms where it's nothing but the stink of moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, and endless background noise of fluorescent light and maximum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell heard you. So, I don't know what order we're gonna do stuff, but honestly, I think we're just gonna be starting with reading the levels, and then we'll, at every new page that is like another thing, yeah, and every time that we see another stuff, like for example an entity or anything like that on the floor page, we're gonna just go read that one. So, this is the first 100 of rooms, and I think we won't even be finishing that this stream. There is so much stuff. There is so much. Also, I just thought about it. What if, after we read everything, we create our own backrooms level? We write for our backrooms level. That would be sick. That would be actually sick. So, in universe, normal levels from the framework form the framework of the backrooms and vary greatly in size, danger, and habitability. Typical levels for whatever value of typical can be expected for the backrooms tend to be infinite in size, though bounded levels are not unheard of, and often provoke a feeling of uncanny familiarity to those happening upon them. The laws of physics and nature as we know them cannot be relieved on in the depths of the backrooms. Nevertheless, some of the more hospitable and stable levels are home to thriving communities, and some inhabitants have managed to survive in even the most dangerous levels. Levels often contain sub-levels, levels that are related to their parent levels but are still their own distinct level. That was a lot of levels in one sentence. They may also contain rooms, locations that are too small to be considered in their own level. Usually there are places in an existing level, but that is not always the case. Rooms and sub-levels are both often referred as sub-layers. Entrance and exits to each level are cataloged to the best of our ability, as making a hasty retreat is often necessary. An important tip to remember is that levels are occasionally prone to instability. Keeping this in mind, documentation of any level subject to change without warning. Levels noted with no data have not yet been sufficiently cataloged. If you have eyewitness documentation of any of these levels, please contribute your findings to the database. So, a thing that I think is very interesting in that lore is that the site exists even in universe. So the backrooms wikidot site exists in universe, and I think that's actually kind of cool. Alright, so as you can see, I already visited some of them because I like just be here and read the lore. So what we're gonna do is that when we reach a level, we're not just gonna skip to the next one after. We'll do, like, for example, after level 0, we're gonna do 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 below 0, Manila room, red rooms, and the torment, and then we go to level 1. Alright. So, this article is under rewrite, so whatever the fuck I'm gonna be reading right now won't be really lore accurate in a few moments. Alright, so the classic, or a beautiful level 0. So we already read that. So survival difficulty class 1, safe, secure, minimal entity count. Level 0 is the first level of the backrooms and the first level mini encounter. Level 0 is an online linear space resembling the backrooms of a retail outlet. Similar to its previous form? Oh, it's the original one. On rooms in level 0 appear uniform and share superficial features such as yellowish wallpaper, damp carpet, and inconsistently placed fluorescent lighting. However, no two rooms within the same level are identical. The installed lighting flickers inconsistently and hums at a constant frequency. This buzzing is notably louder and more obtrusive than ordinary fluorescent humming, and examination of the fixture to determine the source has been inconclusive. The substance saturating the carpet cannot be consistently identified. It is not water, nor is it safe to consume. Traces of pleural fluids have been found in the analysis. Pleural? Pertaining to the pleura, the thin covering that protects the lungs? Wow, okay. Damn. Linear spaces in level 0 are altered drastically. It is possible to walk in a straight line and return to the starting point. And retracing your steps will result in a different set of rooms appearing from the one already passed through. Due to this and the visual similarity between rooms, consistent navigation is extremely difficult. Devices such as compasses and GPS locators fail to function within the level, and radio communication are distorted and unreliable. Right, so that's the red room, so we're gonna check that later. Level 0 is entirely still and completely devoid of life, despite the fact that it is the primary entrance to the backrooms. Contact with the other wanderers within the level has never been reported. Presumably, a great number of people have died before exiting, the most likely causes being dehydration, starvation, and psychological trauma due to the sensory deprivation and isolation. However, no corpses have been reported from these hypothetical deaths. Attempting to enter level 0 in a group will result in a separation of the group until the level is exited. Oh yeah, by the way, this track fits so well for the backrooms, I think. The fucking Celeste song. Rooms with red wallpaper and dim lighting appear very rarely. These should not be approached or entered. Also, yeah, fantasy, if you're doing your backrooms Minecraft map, you should do that. You should add the red rooms. Hallucinations are common in level 0, the most common being humming from the lightning increasing to a deafening volume, then abruptly silencing, the appearance of doors, of stairs, deja vu, human-like speech resembling the non-language, movement in peripheral vision resembling insects crawling underneath the wallpaper, which disappear once the wall is observed directly, insect-like chittering. According to the analysis of CO2 levels within level 0 rising at steady state, the significance of this is unknown. Whoa. Entities, non-entities are known to exist within the level, including other humans. If you see, hear, or encounter what you believe to be another wanderer, it is not human. Damn. Accidental no clipping out of the bounds of reality in the most consistent way of accessing level 0. And by extension, the backrooms. See the basics of the backrooms guide for more information? Okay. We're gonna read that afterwards. The fortress of level 283 rarely contained within doors that smell of mold. Entering this door will lead to level 0. Exiting level 0 is only possible by no clipping, which will always result to an entry to level 1. As newcomers to level 0 often unfamiliar with the mechanics of the backrooms, it is necessary to keep your bearings and adapt quickly to the environment in order to exit. Entrance to the Manila room is very rare, but possible by walking an almighty distance in any direction. Unlike level 0, wanderers can meet freely in the Manila room, but the room is a dead end. Rather, it functions as a rendezvous room for wanderers who survive the trek. Alright, so in level 0, there's still a safe room, which is kinda nice. Additionally, documentation from the Meg can be found in the Manila room, assisting newcomers in survival and escape. Introduction on how to no clip can be found in Data Missing. What? Oh, there's a forums for the rooms. What's the most recent one? This is the beginning of a long journey. Indeed. Alright, so basics of the backroom, a guide. The backroom is a large space outside of non-reality. Time doesn't work the same, and there are dangerous entities lurking in the shadows. This guide is to help newcomers prepare physically and mentally for the backrooms. So read up because there have been no documented escapes. How to get there? To get to the backrooms, you must no-clip out of reality. There isn't a for sure way to do this, as it seemingly happens at random times. There are some tips to increase your chance of getting there, though. One way is to find a potential entrance. There are common places where entries can be found, such as walls that are a shade darker in abandoned buildings, door that looks like they shouldn't lead anywhere or are in a random place, an area that gives paranormal feelings, hair standing up, buzzing, electrical currents, sense of unease. Missing the last step of a flight of stairs and falling on your face. This usually does not work, only in very select flight of stairs. The anomalous properties of said stairs disappear / move after 2 or so entries using this method. Interacting with a curved object such as a glitched chair. The thing is why would you enter in the backrooms on purpose? And that is what we're gonna be checking out. If you find a place that looks like an entrance, make sure you're prepared and then simply try to walk through the wall. There's about a 1 in 10,000 chance to get into the backrooms. Some people spend years trying to get in, and others get it on their first or second try. It's all about luck, but if you somewhat get lucky or unlucky enough to reach the backrooms, you most likely find yourself in level 0, but there have been some rare occurrence of other findings themselves in level 1 or 2, which I think is very better appearance to appear in level 1 because it's one of the safest level in the lore. Accepting your fate. If you have happened to stumble upon the backrooms accidentally, the first thing you must do is step 1, not panic, as panicking causes you to lose your senses and make noise, which may attract unwanted visitors. Step 2, make a mental note of your surroundings and to determine which level you're landing in. Step 3, accept the backrooms as your new home, because you won't returning to hurt ever again. Step 4, stay here, as attempting to escape will most likely lead to more dangerous levels. There are no exits to the backrooms, and it is difficult to even attempt to find one, as you must pass through many dangerous floors and unlikely occurrence. None have ever officially made it out, as it is currently unknown if it ends. What to bring? There are different type of expeditions that can determine what to bring, which will be listed here. First excursion, level 0 and 1. Shallow exploration, level 2 through 4. Deep exploration, level 5 through 8 and onwards. What declares the necessary items and supplies for each of these? First, we'll start on the basics. These are what necessary for levels 1 and 0 and 1, but also necessary for other levels in addition to other things. First aid kit. This is a kind of a no-brainer. It is very easy to get injured in the backrooms, and thus a first aid kit to treat yourself or others is a necessity. Some vitamins or antibiotics are also a good idea. Weapon. A weapon is extremely important in the backrooms to defend yourself from creatures as well as other humans. A recommended weapon will be something on the line of a machete or a long knife. Easy to conceal. Firearms are not recommended for explorer as they are powerful, but the noise caused by one will alert creature of your presence and position. A crossbow is okay, but be wary of the noise the arrow makes when striking or possibly not striking a target. Timer. In the backrooms, time is scattered in reality, so it is completely up to one's perception. Not keeping track of one's time can lead you to wander the backrooms for hours or even weeks without noticing, or losing track of reality. Check the timer often to see how much time has passed and if it's still working properly. Canteen or water bottle. Level 4 or 5 and the indicated floors have almond water, which is extremely important if one wishes to survive in the backrooms. If it can keep you from going ill, can be traded for other goods such as food and weapons, it can be drunk if boiled, but only if you don't have any regular water left, as almond water can have negative effects even if boiled. Alright. Bringing snacks with you to the backrooms is also a good idea. With rarely necessary, a tasty snack can take your mind off other things so you won't be a nervous wreck and give you something to do as well. Also remember to have plentiful amount. You won't want to be running out of food. Indeed. Sleeping bag. Sleep can help keep you from becoming paranoid or anxious in the backrooms. While sleeping is not necessary here, a bedroll or sleeping bag is helpful to have and keep you warm in colder areas. Yes, so you have to sleep literally to not go crazy rather than to use it as basic human needs. Durable clothing. You are going to do a lot of walking in the backrooms no matter what level you are on. So hiking boots, a durable shirt, pair of pants of shorts, and a light jacket is recommended. If you're curious of your clothing will work in the backrooms, ask yourself this question: can I fight in these? Can I walk long distance in these? Will this keep me warm? The latter question only applies to the negative and deeper levels. Damn. In case you get your clothes extremely dirty or wet, you need a spare pair of clothes. Getting really wet and not changing is just asking for hypothermia, and getting really dirty is just asking for an infection. No matter how well you know the backrooms, you must take a spare pair of clothes. You should take the same clothes. So the exact same thing, but another pair. Backpack. Wherever you go, you need to carry all of your things, especially when you get to higher negative levels and find rare valuable items. A large backpack like those used for long hikes will be very useful. Headlamp or flashlight. Wherever you go in the backrooms, there will be dark spots, and it's a good idea to know where you're walking. A headlamp is recommended as it frees up both of your hands for other things, but a flashlight works as well. It's only been 20 minutes and my throat is already kind of hurting. I didn't expect how much. Yeah, I expected that I was going to talk a lot, but not that much, you know. Leather work gloves. There are a lot of rough and sharp things in the backroom, so protection for your mitts is highly recommended. Leather or mechanics brand gloves work great. They provide great dexterity and protection. If your excursion into the backrooms takes you deeper, then the items on this list are also recommended in addition to the above items. Balaclava or ski mask. Mask can keep your head protected from frostbite as well as hiding your identity from other explorers and or entities within your backrooms. Thick coat. In the lower and negative floors, the air gets very cold. A heavier coat or parka will be necessary to keep you from freezing. Knee and elbow pads. The same reason gloves are recommended. Keeping the bending points of your limbs intact is crucial. Night vision goggles with light blocker. Something that allows you to see without generating visible light could possibly save your life. Thank you for reading the beginning guide to the backrooms. Good luck and stay safe. Alright. So object 1, almond water. Found abundantly on most levels, usage is imperative for the survival of most wanderers. Object 1 is a group of colored thermos of liquid that can be found on various levels of the backrooms. It is one of the most sought after and useful objects a wanderer can obtain. What is that thing? Explained briefly. It's with the AI of Opera, alright. Object 1, better known as almond water, is a very useful object that can be obtained on most levels of the backrooms. It is a set of metal thermos filled with clear liquid. They are usually found individually across many levels, but sometimes they can be found in groups on level where they are more abundant. It is unknown exactly how almond water became so abundant, but various ancient texts from the Lost suggest that all of the bottles may have suddenly appeared one day through unknown means, though it is always possible that they are just tales and not facts. Oh, it's a long page. What the fuck? It's a massive page. Most of the bottles are usually slightly damaged or worn with marks such as dents or scratches in the paint. All of the thermos are roughly 1 foot tall, and they're always filled to the very brim of the bottle, with each bottle being able to hold anywhere between 2 to 4 cups of water. If a bottle that is not full is found, do not consume the contents inside, as this usually means it was used by another wanderer. It could have tampered with the contents inside or spread something such as the crawler fungus. The contents of such bottle inside vary somewhat in taste, though all resemble water in both texture and appearance. Almond water, granted that it is not being tampered with, it is safe to consume by default. However, certain levels can have an anomalous effect that make the liquid cause symptoms similar to cyanide poisoning. Cyanide is cyanure, right? Ooh. Okay, so it's an insta-kill water. There is no consistency in which level cause this and which don't, nor any known way to find out beforehand. In the case that this effect applies, it will be listed on the level page. This effect can be neutralized by boiling normal water. Using a small pinch of fire salt can instantly boil the liquid to kill any bacteria inside, though it is worth noting that this method of boiling can cause the liquid to become slightly spicy if used too excessively. As mentioned previously, there is the possibility that other groups, individual and/or entities have tampered with the liquid. The general rule thumb is this: when in doubt, boil the water. If one has the ability to do so, it is generally recommended to boil the water anyway before drinking as a precaution, unless it is an emergency situation. Almond water is most commonly used by wanderers as an efficient source of nutrition. Drinking 1 bottle of almond water provides the same nutritional value as a healthy 600 calorie meal, meaning that 3 bottles a day will provide sufficient daily nutrition for the average healthy person. Despite being the first object ever discovered by the Meg, it is still unknown exactly how this is possible. Due to this abundance across most levels, almond water is a very easy way to obtain sustenance and maintain physical health. It also prevents the need for any form of husbandry. The care, cultivation, and breeding of crops and animals. Alright. Husbandry. Creating a better sense of efficiencies in more settled levels such as level 11. Aside from calories, the water also provides necessary vitamins and nutrients such as protein, sodium, and fat. Despite traces of things like sugar and sodium being found within the liquid, these do not appear to alter the flavor or taste as would be expected to. For example, not all of the variants of almond water are salty despite having equal amounts of sodium across all variants. Additionally, Methods that will usually separate things like salt and sugar from the liquid, such as boiling, have been fruitless, and no residual substance have been acquired, as would be expected with a water mixture. This has led the suspicious researchers among us to believe that the liquid is not water, rather a natural anomalous substance that resembles it, such as much of this has yet to be confirmed. Below is a nutrition label for one bottle of almond water, courtesy of the BTNTG. Oh, no way. Alright. One serving by container, serving bottle, one bottle, it's 710 millimeters, 700 calories. Damn. That's a lot of proteins too. Almond water is generally the most popular item used in barten bartering as well. Since a standardized currency across multiple levels is generally impossible, many wanderers resort to bartering, thus leading to the object having some economical value. Almond water is one of those most commonly traded in levels such as 5.1 and the Trader's Vault. The object is usually used similarly to a single standardized unit of currency, such as $1, euro, or pound. Many groups of interest and communities value objects offered in bartering in comparison to almond water. It is recommended that wanderers carry a sizable quantity of almond water on heavily settled levels such as level 11 or level 6.1. Due to it being the most generally preferred standardization of trade value. Individually, many wanderers also prefer to use almond water for its recreational purposes that it can provide. Almond water thermoses can be found in various different colored bottles, all of which have their own unique taste and effects. Many wanderers cite their enjoyment of them due to the general familiarity that they provide, being common in works such as the recipe in Object 56. Alright. In juxtaposition to most powerful, anomalous, and more often than not dangerous objects that are common through the backrooms, almond water usually provides effects that normal everyday drinks would provide naturally. Various effects include temporary symptom relief, relaxation, sleep help, and other similar benefits, which are listed below. What is alright, that's fire salt right there, I forgot. Properties. The properties of almond water differ depending on the color of the bottle. Originally, it was presumed that the bottles had some sort of anomalous properties attached to them, or that they acted more akin to a potion of sort. After further studies were done, it was found that this was far from the case, and rather accomplished via small doses of natural substances that are dissolved into the liquid inside. Despite this, it is still unknown exactly how and why said auxiliary substances are in the drink to begin with, and why they aren't scientifically extractable. Nevertheless, almond water is completely portable in all rigorous circumstances. Attached below are the documented variation of almond water. Known types inside. Grey is the most common version of almond water. It is usually packaged in grey metal or transparent bottles. Wanderers describe its taste as slightly sweet with a hint of almond flavor. Among all types of almond water, this variant has the highest nutritional value, satisfying hunger for a long amount of time than other options. Unlike the others, though, it does not have any additional effects aside from simply satiating hunger. It is noted that one can temporarily tame entities such as the death moths and Jerry. Who's Jerry? It's a fucking bird! By using grey almond water. This variant is known for its extremely bitter taste. Because of this, many wanderers do not consume this variant unless it is imperative for survival. Many wanderers have described the taste as similar to drinking orange juice and brushing your teeth. Ugh. This variant is known for the beneficial effect that it has on the human immune system when consumed. Upon consumption, the beverage will provide effects similar to an antibiotic or cough syrup. Depending on the ailment that's being treated, common effects include relief of the symptoms of ailments such as common cold or headache, increase/decrease of blood pressure to a normal level, and accelerated recovery from minor disease. It is also the only known way to treat the disease. As a side effect, the person feels terribly tired as the body's resources are relocated to strengthening the immune system and enhancing the overall health of the body. This variant should be used very sparingly, as abuse could lead to infection, pneumonia, and even cancer if abused for long enough. Do not drink more than 1 bottle in an 8-hour period. Alright. Okay, blue. I skipped red. Yeah. No, I read it. I skipped green. This variant of almond water is found mostly in frosted green bottles, tasting the sweetest of all variants and having the highest amount of caffeine. Most people describe its taste as being similar to an energy drink. Many wanderers use this variant in the same way one would drink coffee every morning. It is also not recommended to abuse this variant of almond water, as long-term abuse will lead to many side effects such as insomnia, drowsiness, fatigue, lowered attention span, impaired cardiac activity, as well as an effect close to addiction. Okay, blue almond water. This variant of almond water is found in blue bottles and does not have any special aftertaste. Many wanderers cite this as their favorite variant of the water due to its effect and the fact that this identically resembles plain, clear water. After consumption, the level of melatonin in the human body will rise and increased drowsiness will occur. Notably, this variant is very popular for those who suffer from insomnia. Yeah, I imagine. Among other things, this version of almond water prevents an external influence on the human psyche and also interrupts the wretched cycle in the early stages, and even reverse it if treated quickly enough. Wanderers who suffered from impairments like anxiety, depression, and ADHD have reported that it also helped manage those disabilities. Abuse of this variant could lead to permanent reliance, vision impairment, and muscle weakness. Almond water was the first object to be discovered by what would eventually become Team Overseer. It was discovered on the first expedition on the backrooms in late 2011, before the Meg was established later on. Attached below is a long log of the discovery. So, is in lore the backrooms have been discovered like kinda recently, I imagine? Alright, so log number 1 on January 13, 2012, on level 2. A loud sound of rushing fluids can be heard in backrooms as the mic switches on. No way, guys, my cell phone's audio recorder just turned on. What? I thought our phones got fried when we entered. Me too, but I got it working after some piddling around with the stuff we found at the white brick place. So level 1. Since when you were the tech guy? I'm not the tech guy, I just know a phone works. You guys are lucky I never caved and bought an iPhone. There's probably some software that blocks any component fiddling. Androids 1, Apple 0. Based. Overseer C is based. Whatever you say, dude, if it's fully functional. Is it fully functional or did you just use the part to make another recorder? It's uber busted inside, but functional enough that I was able to access the audio app. I'm recording this in case we ever get out of here to prove we're not crazy to the cops. Cat, don't have such a pessimistic attitude, we're gonna get out of here. Stretch, it's been weeks since we came in here. The only reason we're still alive is because Andrew thankfully had a few water bottles and granola bars in his backpack. I'm starving, sleep deprived, and almost died multiple times, and may not even see my family again. The fact that you two are so happy-go-lucky disturbs me. Look, I didn't mean to make you all upset, but one of us needs to be the realist around here. If we're not careful, we're gonna go to get ripped apart by who knows what's out here. Heck, the only reason we're not still in the mono yellow labyrinth is because we randomly fell through the floor into lurking danger, and then also accidentally ended up in this awful place. And so we're over there thinking with this pipe dream that we're gonna live. I don't think you both understand. Cat, I'm fine, just thirsty. Are those hives on your arms? No, just bumps. We need to stop. We're clearly not okay. No, Cat's coughs violently before throwing up blood. What in the help? We need help. Shut up, idiot. There has to be someone here who can help. There just has to be. No, leave me. What? Whatever this is, it could spread to you. We're all gonna die anyway. No, there's still hope. There always is. Andrew, pick her up. We're gonna help her. Should I keep this thing rolling? No, put it away. The device turns off. Alright. Beginning file 2. Hey, someone still not dead. Cat is barely able to talk. The hives are all over her body and her eyes are bloodshot. Stretch made us makeshift masks out of the fabric of his jacket. We had to stop because I couldn't carry Cat anymore. It's been about 15 minutes and we haven't found anyone. I think our streak of luck has come to an end. What are you doing? I don't know, man. Talking to this makes me feel better. Makes me feel like someone's listening. Sit yourself. You really can't carry her anymore? No, dude. None of us are athletes. Gosh, I really should have listened to my dad when he told me to join the football team. I'm gonna go scout the nearby area. Watch, Cat. Take my paper spray and run like heck if anything's come. Got it. Go, Stretch. Here, Andrew. Nah, we all live together. We're 16! Wow, poor guys. We shouldn't be talking about death and sacrifice. We'll be okay. Stretch, what is it? Look, our saving grace. Is that a red thermos? Look what's inside. Water. You gotta be kidding. There was just a full bottle of water sitting here? Yeah, right. Is there a name of something or anything? No, it's fine. You sure it's safe? It smells odd, like almonds. Who cares? Cat is dying. She needs water. Pour it in her mouth. I don't know. This seems too good to be true, but if it is an emergency, open wide, Cat. What is this? Tastes horrible. Yo, it tastes like that nasty medicine we get as kids. Let me try. Oh my, Andrew. A loud roar can be heard in the distance. Cat and Andrew start screaming. Andrew spits out water in shock. The creature begins to scream in agony and gurgle before gyrating to the floor violently. It's the water! Kill it! Andrew splashed more water on the creature, causing it to roar even louder in more pain. Where's that knife you found in the white bricks hallway? Here, take it! Overseer C stabs the creature in the neck, causing him to let out one last roar before dying. There is a moment of silence as they process what happened. What did you two give me? I thought it was just water. After the events of this log, Overseer healed back to proper health in about a week. Let's go! Cat is alive. It was always discovered that she had contracted Entity 19. Yeah, it's right up there. During the exploration level 2. She has been symptom free ever since. The group eventually traveled to level 3 and discovered a plethora of bottles here, which helped them survive the rest of their journey. The entity was later identified as a skin stealer when the log was officially archived after the creation of the database. Almond Water was awarded Object 1 due to its critical importance in the survival of Team Overseers, and eventually most, if not all, Wanderers in the backrooms. I wonder, are they still alive? Oh, I think they're the founder of the Meg. Right here. Yeah, right there is Team Overseer. Are they still alive? Okay, we don't have a page for Team Overseers yet. But I have to see it because for now I like these characters. Because yeah, there is characters in the backrooms and I love that too. Okay, do's and don'ts. Regularly attempt to travel to levels where almond water is abundant, such as level 4 to collect more water bottles. Frequently consume almond water to prevent dying of starvation or thirst. Attempt to try almond water or training hotspots, such as level 11. Use almond water to defend oneself against entities who are affected negatively by it, such as skin stealers. Always carry multiple bottles when traveling, especially to an explored/dangerous level. Don'ts. Abuse the color variant. Drink almond water found on an unexplored level without boiling it. Drink almond water on a level where it's possibly unsafe to do, such as the Shady Gray. That's a level, right? But I just want to check. Whoa. Oh my god, this page is packed. Alright. Damn. Drink half empty bottles. Wow, that was a long page. But it is a very important one. Also, while we were doing this, I was thinking too, after the stream was done, I was gonna do editing on it to make every entries to be a separate video on the channel. So every time you need a specific level of the backrooms, you can just come to that specific video to check out what it says. So eventually we're gonna get fucking everything in it. It's gonna be great. So the BNTG. Disclaimer, this page is outdated and will be updated soon. Oh. Yeah, so we're gonna read this one later when it's gonna be updated. Because there's very barely nothing. The video is going to be like 22 seconds. Alright, so Object 56, the Ultimate Backrooms Cookbook. Object 56, better known as the Ultimate Backrooms Cookbook, is a small 15-page cookbook that is copied and distributed through many levels of the backrooms. The origin of the books are unknown, but it is currently one of the most distributed pieces of text in the backrooms. The book was discovered by the BNTG behind one of the barred doors on level 3. Using a pole, the book was moved close enough to grab and take it back to the base storage unit. The original copy currently remains in the base. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to untangle my hair right here. But I shouldn't do that because it kind of hurts. Right. The book is very small and measures about 7 inches, 18 centimeters tall and 5 inches, 13 centimeters wide. The cover is red and worn with various stains, tears and discoloration. The front cover is also blank, except for the previously mentioned title. The front pages, which presumably had the introduction and others on them, have been torn out for some reason. The author of the books is currently unknown. Okay. Each page has one recipe on it, with each one always easily involving backroom specific object as the main ingredient, such as fire salt cocktails and royal ration milkshakes. The recipes all use the American customary system, which has puzzled the mag even further on their quest after discovering the origin of the book. This book is also where the recipe for memory juice came from, albeit with some difference to the transcription in the article. All of the recipes have been tested and been extreme success with people on level such as level like 6.1, 11, 4 and so on. While the original copy is very old and faded, copied versions have been transcribed onto online PDFs or other physical copies. Attached below is a digital recreation of the book's pages and their contents, though it doesn't seem to exist right now. Oh no, wait, it does, alright. Royal Rations Milkshake. Ingredient, 1 whole royal ration, Lucchio milk, whipped cream and cherry, optional but recommended. Cube the royal ration into 16 pieces to avoid lumps. Toss into a blender along with the milk, blend until smooth, add less or more milk depending on how thin or thick you want. Top with whipped cream and cherry to taste. Additional ingredients such as chocolate syrup, sprinkles, crushed cookies and more can be added to the taste. That looks good. That sounds good. I'd like to taste that. This recipe is an absolute showstopper at parties, or if you want your friend, or if you or your friends are looking for a quick dessert, this 5-minute recipe will surely do the trick. Additionally, if you have kids who are eager for a quick decadent after school snack, this is perfect thing to quickly whip up for them. Royal rations may be a bit tricky to find, but I can assure you they're indispensable for this recipe. Try adding chocolate or vanilla bean for new flavors. I promise that everyone who tries it will be begging for you for more and more. If you ever get your hands on some real rations, don't hesitate to make this irresistible treat. I just saw how big the page got when I opened the book. Look at the scrolling bar on the side. Wow. Fire salt cocktail, brandy, peppermint schnapps, slogan, blackberry liquor, grenadine, proof rum, fire salt. Measure out each ingredient, excluding the rum and fire salt into a glass. Be sure to. Why am I reading the recipes? Yeah, I said that I'm gonna read everything, so I'm gonna read everything, but I don't know why I'm reading specifically the recipes. Make sure all each ingredient, excluding the rum and fire salt, into a glass. Be sure the glass is a tall one that can withstand high heat. Stir. Once the alcohol is mixed together, float the rum on the top of the drink. Sprinkle the fire salt onto the top of the glass. The alcohol should immediately light on fire. Let the fire burn for about 20 seconds before extinguishing. Stir the drink once more to dissolve any remaining particles of fire salt. Serve and enjoy. Inspired by the 91st episode of beloved television show The Simpsons, the fire salt cocktail is the perfect crowd pleaser, or even just a simple alcoholic beverages after a long day. However you choose to drink it, always be extremely careful with the fire. As shown in the image to the left, it is recommended you use extreme caution with the dangerous substance that is fire salt. Using a small cup or container and dumping in the substance with fire protective gloves is the best way to go. Lest you burn yourself and ruin your night. The flame will be tall, so always remember safety first. Enjoy this wonderful mix of some of the most delectable spirits one can imagine. Strangler risotto. Strangler meat, strangler stock, vegetable oil, unsalted butter, shallot, arbor rice, white wine, parmesan cheese, salt. If cooking the strangler meat, poaching is the suggested method for doing so. I think aromatics such as garlic, ginger, and any leftover shallots are recommended for additional flavor. Skip this step if eating the meat raw. Pre-measure each ingredient excepted for the strangler meat into small containers and set aside. Take the meat and cut it out into small bite-sized pieces set aside. In a saucepan, heat the stock over medium-low heat. Once heated, leave a low heat. Do not let the stock boil. In a separated large pot, beat the oil and 1 tablespoon of butter over the medium heat. Saute the shallot for 2-3 minutes until translucent. Add the rice and continue sautéing for 1-2 minutes, stirring frequently as to not brown the rice. By this point, the grains should have give up a nutty nuts aroma and be fully coated with the fat. Optionally, a splash of warm water can be added for additional flavor. After this recipe, I'm gonna fill up my water bottle again. Add the wine in and slowly cook for 1 more minute, stirring constantly until the liquid is fully absorbed by the grains. Using a ladle, pour in a full scoop of stock and stir constantly until the liquid has fully absorbed. Do not add more than a ladle full at a time. It's very important to this step to not stop stirring as to not scorch the rice. As soon as the rice is mostly dry, add in another ladle full. Repeat this until all the stock has been used. This should take about 20-30 minutes. To test if it's done, the grain should be al dente. Once all the stock has been added, stir in the remaining butter and parmesan cheese, seasoned to preferred taste with the salt. Fold in the chicken and serve in a small individual bowl. Garnish with additional parmesan cheese and enjoy. I don't like risotto though, so yeah. Risotto is certainly not an easy recipe to make, but is definitely worth it. The strangler are a delicious replacement for chicken, if not better. Risotto is a very tedious... Yeah, I can go check the wiki page for them. But one you will not regret making. While the ingredients, especially the stranglers, are a challenge to obtain, it will be well worth the effort. Enjoy this amazing savory delicacy. Memory juice. Crushed wormlings, water, suck. Crush wormlings into gloved hands until the venom pops out of their pharynx. Wormlings should be crushed to the point of being a paste or almost completely liquefied. To your boil safe container, add the liquid and the wormlings. Heat over fire until it boils. Boil for longer or shorter depending on how strong you want the yield to be. It should smell like tobacco. Do not remove from heat before this occurs. Once cooled, place the liquid into the stock and strain the juice into a jar. Discard the stock in chunks. Bottle and store refrigerated. While the other recipes in this book are very enjoyable to have any time, this recipe should not be abused. This is a drug and therefore should be used in moderation. Never drink raw memory juice, as you will lose every one of your memories except for basic human functions. Use more than 1-2 times a week to avoid withdrawal. Always remember the basic precautions to use when taking drugs, and to never ever lose control to yourself to them. Enjoy. Ice cream! Alright, I'm gonna get the water and then we're gonna read the ice cream page. Alright, buddies, I'm back with the water. So, heavy cream, Lucky milk, sugar, salt, bean, and toppings. Oh no, vanilla bean. Pour 1 cup of the cream into a saucepan. Add the sugar, salt, seeds of the vanilla bean, and the vanilla bean pod. Pour the mixture over medium heat until the sugar dissolves. Remove from heat and add the remaining ingredients. Mix in additional topping ingredients if using. Stir to combine. Chill in the refrigerator until thickened. Store in the freezer. Alright. Who doesn't love a decadent lick of some good old ice cream? Using the delicious Lokio milk, you can make your very own ice cream from home. It is recommended you use the plain flavor for this, but feel free to add things such as cocoa powder for the choco flavor or strawberries for the strawberry flavor. This wonderful milk creates a fantastic treat that will give you a wonderful taste of front room's nostalgia. Oh, well, that's a big one. That's a big one. I've mine dinner bowl. Ingredients: mustard, white pepper, onion powder, paprika, salt, buttermilk, flour, salt, coarse salt, paprika, pepper, white pepper, mustard powder, onion powder, garlic powder, thalassa berry, black pepper, ground ginger, dried thyme, dried oregano, 3 pounds of I've mined meat, butter, milk, sour cream, salt and pepper, strangler stock, mushrooms, garlic head, butter, flour, fortified I've mined strangler stock, salt and pepper, generous ginger salt, corn, unsalted butter, and salt again. Begin the marinade. Mix the seasoning together in a large bowl, slowly pouring in the buttermilk. To make a buttermilk substitute, replace 2 tablespoons of the milk with a citrus juice, such as lemon or lime. Place I've mined strips in the marinade and cover, refrigerated between 1 to 24 hours. Step 1 and 2 are optional but recommended. Combine all the ingredients for the flour in another large bowl. Toss the marinated I've mined meat in the dredge until thoroughly coated. Fill a heavy pot with oil and heat to 350. Fry each piece for 5 minutes. Dry the I've mined meat on paper towel. Place the ground I've mined into a bowl. Heat the milk and butter until fully combined into a liquid. Mix it slowly until desired consistency is reached. Not all of it may be used. Add sour cream, salt, and pepper and set aside. In a different sauce pot, whatever. Pour in the strangler stock. Add the mushrooms and bring to a simmer. Once it reaches simmer point, lower the heat. Add the peeled and half garlic head and optionally a bottle of thyme or Tim. How the fuck is that pronounced?
Time. Stop. Time.
I was right. Time. Steep over low heat for 10 minutes. Strain out the solids into a temporarily separated container. In a medium saucepan, melt the butter over medium heat. Carefully whisk in the flour. Pour the stock into the roux while whisking. Keep whisking until thickened. Add a pinch of salt. Shuck every stalk of corn until all the kernels have been removed. Melt butter in a small saucepan until it browns. Immediately turn off the heat and mix in the corn and salt. Carefully place the I've mined based potatoes at the bottom of the bowl. Top the potatoes with gravy followed with the brown buttered corn. Top with the fried chicken and drizzle additional gravy. Optionally garnish with grated cheese and chives. Damn, that looks actually good. That looks kinda good. Who wouldn't resist an amazing homemade dinner bowl in the style of Kentucky Fried Chicken? Well, this might seem like a very ambitious set of ingredients. You'd be shocked at the fruits that the field of wheat can provide. Aside from the I've mined and regular stock, other ingredients can be found within the far reach of the wheat field. The amazing use of I've mined meat will have you earnestly craving more of the savory goodness. Deep fried arachnid. Ugh. Oh. Why? Trigger warning. Spiders. All-purpose flour and egg, almond water, ice cubes, canola or vegetable oils, arachnids of the cave, teaspoon smoked paprika. Set the flour into a bowl, set aside, crack the egg into a separate small bowl, mix lightly until the yolk and white have been incorporated. I know what I'm gonna do. For that. See that right there? It hides it. Combine the eggs mixture with the flour until a batter forms and lumps have disappeared. Set batter aside in a deep saucepan. Heat oil to 350 to 350. Using a sharp knife, sever and discard the abdomens. Using a cigarette lighter, torch, brûlée, or something of the sort, carefully singe off any hairs from the arachnids. Thoroughly coat each arachnid in the batter until fully covered. Make sure the batter is not clumped together but evenly spread. One at a time, deep fry each arachnid for a minute each. Remove once batter is a golden brown and place on a paper towel to dry. Cut each arachnids into lengthwise and sprinkle with paprika. Discard the end of the head as to avoid eating the venom-filled fangs. Ah, spider! While this guy might look terrifying, they are surely quite appetizing. Straight from the cave, these huge arachnids can be fried and consumed as a salty, savory appetizer. Make sure you're really careful as to remove the fangs at the end and singe off the hairs properly, lest you get a nasty surprise when you take a bite. Enjoy. Eggs! Scrambled eggs. 4 large hen eggs, cup half and half or milk, salt, butter, black pepper, chopped herbs. In a medium bowl, aggressively whisk the eggs, half and salt until everything is thoroughly combined. Melt the butter in a small non-stick pan. Tilt the pan until the butter has coated the whole bottom. Add the eggs to the center of the pan and adjust the heat to a medium-low. Let eggs cook for a few seconds until the edges have partially solidified. Using a plastic spatula, pull the edges to the center. Repeat until eggs begin to scramble. Once eggs have formed a cloudy shape, so to speak, throw the eggs into the pan a few times. Eggs should be solidified but ever so slightly wet. Remove eggs from heat, transferring to a plate seasoned with pepper and garnished with the herbs. Enjoy. Scrambled eggs may seem like a simple recipe, but they're absolutely wonderful when done right. Say goodbye to boring, plain old eggs and try these absolutely perfect scrambled eggs straight for the ends. Try it with some bacon, toast, or cheese. The possibilities are near endless. Grand Jungle. Is that a level? Yeah, level 204. That's gonna be in a while. Assorted toppings, nuts, granola, additional fruit. Slice the banana, and put into a plate of baking tray. Add the strawberries and blueberries and place it to the freezer until frozen. Add the acai berries, not frozen, to the blender and mix until pureed. Once the fruit is frozen, add the milk and yogurt to a blender. Lucky milk and yogurt made from it is the best option due to its soothing properties. Add your frozen fruit and blend on low. Stop every so often to push the fruit around to make sure it gets fully incorporated. Continue to blend on low until smooth. Add additional milk if needed. The paste should be very thick. Divide the mixture into 2 bowls. Add your desired toppings to the top of the bowl and serve immediately. Okay, why is the Metopia final boss song has started? That's a bit too much. Acai is an absolutely imperative start to your morning. Fresh fruit from the Grand Jungle is a treat of unmatched delectability. Acai is dense with nutrients and antioxidants. Boost your brain function and get you set and ready for a long, hard day. If you find yourself in the Great Jungle, don't hesitate to pick up some acai for breakfast the next day. You won't regret it. Alright, so that looked good. That looks like a very good breakfast. Damn. Burger! Glove burger. Yeast, plain lucky on milk, water, flour, vital wheat, glutens, salt, sugar, vegetable oil, egg yolk. Sweet onion, vegetable oil, salt, mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, pickle, black pepper, ground gloof, black pepper, cheddar cheese, American cheese, additional toppings. Begin by making the buns, heat the milk until lukewarm, dissolve the yeast into it and brew for 3 minutes. To make your flour, measure out... Oh yeah, that's a long recipe. Oh my god, that looks so good. Oh wow, that looks delicious. Measure out 3.5 cups and remove 5 tablespoons from it. Replace that with 5 tablespoons of vital wheat gluten based from wheat on the wheat field and mix until combined. In the large bowl, pour in your flour mixture, sugar, and salt. If you get a hold on an electric mixer, use that. Begin mixing on low until the dry ingredients are combined. Slowly pour in your vegetable oil, yeast mixture, and egg yolk. Continue mixing until a smooth dough forms. Knead the dough into a round ball shape. Place it into a greased glass bowl and cover. Rise in a warm, bright area for 1 hour. Punch down the dough and place into a floored work surface. Divide into 6 even pieces and shape into round dough balls. Place the dough balls on a tray and cover. Let rise for another 30 minutes. Begin preheating your oven to 375. Uncover the dough balls and brush with a light egg wash. Place into oven and let bake for 15 minutes. Remove from oven and baste with butter. Begin making the sauce. Dice the onion and set aside. Begin heating a large pan over medium fire high until oil has coated the pan entirely. Stir the onions for a few minutes until transparent. Mix in salt and remove from heat. Mix all the ingredients into a separate bowl, including the onions, until combined. Begin making your patties. Take 1 pound of ground glove meat and add to a large bowl. Divide it into 8 pieces. Heat a pan with no oil over medium-high fire. Place each piece of meat into the pan and press down to a disc shape. Season to taste and stir for 2 minutes. Flip the patty and add the cheese. Stir for 1 more minute. Remove the patty from the pan and begin assembling your burger. On the bottom half of an optionally toasted bun, add a spoonful of sauce. Add the first patty. Repeat steps 13-16 with a second piece of meat. Add the second patty and drizzle with more sauce. Add the additional desired toppings and add the top bun. Oh my goddess. That looks so good. What? I want a burger now. Juicy, savory, practical, and delicious. This burger is an absolute must-have. Many of the ingredients, such as the wheat gluten and glove meat, are easily sourced fresh and naturally from the wet field of wheat. Gloves makes a great substitute for cow milk. Additionally, you can try making wheat bread instead for the buns, or try adding additional meat like bacon. What are you waiting for? Eat up a grill and call off your friends to a cookout of glove burgers. Oh wow. All that looks delicious. Well, except that I hate seafood. Okay, we're almost done. Snack rooms, cocoa cookie truffles. Today's cocoa cookie sandwiches from Omayo's bakery in the snack rooms. Cream cheese, white chocolate chip, coconut oil. In a food processor or blender, mix together Omayo's cookies until fully ground into crumbs. Remove a spoonful and set aside. Add cream cheese. Continue blending until the mixture is uniform. Onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Roll small pieces of the mixture into balls. Cover and chill for 30 minutes. Melt the white chocolate with a double boiler over medium-high fire. Stir in coconut oil as needed to soften mixture. Toss each truffle in the white chocolate. Set back on the baking sheet to harden. Sprinkle the reserved crumbs into the top of each truffle. Optionally, milk chocolate can be melted and drizzled over each truffle as well. Serve immediately or store in the fridge. Oh, yum. Okay, so 149. Quick and easy, these delicious treats are surely a people pleaser. A good place to find coconut would be on the coconut aisles. Coconut oil made from fresh coconuts like that enhances the flavor in a major way. Omayo's cocoa cookies from the snack rooms are the key ingredient for those delicious little truffle, and she's happy to provide. Enjoy. Omayo's bakery is in fact a real restaurant on 6.1, but interviews with her have led to no major breakthroughs regarding the identity of the book's author. She claims to have no recollection of anyone who would write a cookbook or buy this many of her cocoa cookies before the book's initial discovery. However, she has certainly profited from the book's promotion. Nice. The inconvenience store! That's hilarious, what? Spicy egg fried ramen. Packed of Mary Chin's instant ramen from the inconvenience store. Dry vegetable flakes, butter, minced olive oil, oil garlic, pinch of pulverized fire salt, brown sugar, teriyaki sauce, lightly beaten, every bagel seasoning to taste. Cook the instant ramen according to the directions on the package. Add the vegetable flakes to the boiling water as well. Leave out flavor packet for now. Drain noodles and set aside. Melt the butter in a pan over medium fire, mix in the garlic and saute for about a minute. Using extreme caution, add in the fire salt. Fire salt should be careful. Sprinkle in and immediately mix into the butter to avoid combustion. Stir in the brown sugar, flavor packet, and teriyaki sauce. Once the sauce has formed, add in your drained noodles and coat thoroughly. Move noodles to one side of the pan. Pour the lightly beaten egg into the empty side of the pan. Turning up the heat to a medium high, scramble the egg into noodles until set. Remove from heat. Top everything with big ol' seasoning. Serve immediately. Objectively, this is probably one of the least delicious looking recipe in this book, but looks can sure be deceiving. The ingredient of fire salt may be confusing, but it is imperative for the spicy flavor. When dissolved in something like almond water, the fire salt immediately loses spiciness, but in the hot sauce, the spiciness had a fantastic flavor, believe it or not. The quick and easy recipe utilizing something as simple as instant ramen is a delicious, flavorful lunch, and you can make in mere minutes. Waterworld Cajun seafood boil. Smoked paprika, Old Bay seasoning, cayenne, put the cayenne, mustard powder, salt, sugar, black pepper, coriander, thyme. Butter, garlic, seasoning, smoked paprika, Old Bay seasoning, water, lemons, garlic, onions, corn, pork, sark crab, water world crawfish, fish-based stock, soy sauce, white wine vinegar, leaves, rest of the board seasoning, salt, hot sauce, potatoes, water world shrimps. Begin by making the cajun seasoning. Combine all of the ingredients for the seasoning and set aside. Once seasoning is made, begin melting the butter over medium fire till liquefied. Saute the peeled garlic for 2-3 minutes. Add in the paprika, Old Bay, and 3 tablespoons of the boiled seasoning, and stir for an additional 30 seconds. Begin by making the actual boil. Take the largest and tallest pot possible and add an insert designed for seafood steaming. Fill it with water until the water just barely seeps through the strainer. Begin boiling over high heat fire. Start by prepping the vegetables, half the lemons, garlic, and shucked ears of corn and set aside. Rough chop the yellow onions and set aside as well. Using pre-cooked and pre-smoked pork sausage from Zoological Office based pork. Cut the 2 pounds of sausage into 3-inch segments set aside. For the seafood, start by breaking the sark crab legs off, separating each one into 2 meaty clusters. Cover the crawfish in a tub of water and let sit for about 8 minutes and then drain. Fill again, gently stir and drain once more. Repeat this twice more. Set the seafood aside. Take 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of your stock and pour into a separate bowl. Combine into the soy sauce and vinegar. Once steamy, add the regular stock, flavored stock, and the rest of the ingredients to the water. Using a long wooden spoon, stir gently. Add in your bowl seasoning and hot sauce, giving it to a stir. Do not add all of the seasoning at once and add it slowly to taste. The water should be spicy and have strong Cajun flavor. Once the water reaches strong boil out the potatoes for 10-15 minutes until almost cooked. Once the potatoes are ready, add in the sausage and seafood. Stir gently. Cover and reduce the temperature from a high to a medium-high flame. Let the pot gently boil for 10 more minutes. My voice is getting tired. I think I'm gonna stop after this entry. And then the corn immediately removed from the heat. Gently stir again and let the corn sit in the mixture for 5 minutes. Once boil is done, it's time to get messy. On a table, roll out the newspaper across the entire top. Carefully lift the filter and drain the boil of its liquid. Dump the boil all over the table and pour the spicy butter all over it. Notify your guests that the boil is ready and dig in. Seafood is an experience that words cannot fully describe. The tangy flavor of the seafood, the spicy flavor of the sausage, the savory flavor of the corn, and the to die for butter sauce will make such an eventful meal. Feel free to add in another kind of seafood such as lobster or fish. Also, you can double things like the meat if you have an especially large crowd. This recipe is an opportunity you can't pass up. The identity of Uncle Ossie is unknown and is never elaborated in the book. Strain swamp water. Despite the dangerous effects of swamp water level 66, the recipe has been tested in province for consumptions. It's not exactly how this is, but some have theorized it is due to the fermenting process of the pine needles. Lemon juice, salt, garlic, maple syrup, lettuce, beets, cheese, raspberry jam, mixed olives, sheep, chickpea, black forest tofu, nuts, and seeds, dried pine needles. Begin by making the dressing. Fill 1 cup glass jar with 1/3 cup of pine needles, and then with straining swamp water from the swampy water mark. As long as the recipe is followed correctly, the recipe would be safe to consume. Fill the jar to its brim and seal tightly. Place in a warm, dark spot for 1 week. Strain the oil into a different jar or bottle. Optionally, a splash of wine vinegar can be added at this point to enhance flavor. Add in the lemon juice, salt, garlic, and maple syrup. Mix until fully combined. Set aside. Into regular bowls, equally distribute the lettuce. Romaine is the suggested type. Top with all of the ingredients to taste. Top with the homemade salad dressing and enjoy. Pine needles? You aren't saying things. Uncle Ossie's Bayou surprise is a delicious appetizer to serve at the start of a meal. Everyone knows salad is a must-have for a full course, luncheon, or dinner. The flavor of pine blends beautifully with the romaine, and while some may have doubt, the salad is one of the best you'll ever have. A Temig. 2 packages of instant chocolate pudding, plain lucky milk, powdered sugar, cream cheese, softened butter, whip, cookie sandwiches, worms. Mix the pudding mix and milk in a bowl and let stand for 2-3 minutes. Meanwhile, in a separated bowl, cream the powdered sugar, cream cheese, and butter until smooth and creamy. Add the cream cheese mixture into the pudding until thoroughly combined. Gently fold in the Cool Whip. Crush the cookies in a big bag until they are crumbs. Pour in half the cookies and mix into the pudding. Top the pudding with the other half. Carefully place the Tmig worms into the pudding. Optionally, dye can be used to give them a better color. Cover and chill for 30 minutes. Serve immediately or store refrigerated. A classic dessert. This recipe utilized the Dismates gummy worms to add the finishing touch to this delicious, decadent, irresistible treat. The name is incredibly deceiving, giving this taste nothing like actual dirt. Enjoy this wonderful dessert that your guests will be begging for more of. The original book is currently under the guard of BNTG and is one of the few things that the group's possession that is not for sale. Something to note is that a few pages seems to have been torn out from the book, which presumably explain the lack of any introductory statements, closing remarks, other attribution, table of contents, or index/glossary. The book is estimated to have been copied and distributed about 450k times across all levels of the backrooms. All of the recipe, even ones that seem dangerous such as spicy egg, fried ramen, or Uncle Ossie's Bayou surprise, have been proven to be entirely safe as long as they're prepared properly. Actually, they are safe, but the recipes have received extremely popular reviews from food critics and waters alike. Other recipes in the book have become incredibly popular and famous in the society, such as level 11 and 162. The book also references real places and brands, such as Omeo's Bakeries and Mary Chin's Ramen. The prior one of two existed for many years on 6.1 and was originally a small stand outside of the restaurants. Since the book's mass publishing, Omeo's Bakery has become one of the most popular places on 6.1. The owner of the bakery, Mini Omeo, claims to have no idea who could have possibly written the book, as she never had any regular customer until the book was found. She has welcomed the new wave of business, though, and sells hundreds of her signature cocoa cookie sandwiches every day. Mary's Chin, Mary's Chin Ramen was discovered on 480, not long after the book was found as well, which was previously an undocumented brand. It has since become one of the most sought out items on the level, and many wanderers have fallen victim to the level's infamous booby-trapped products in hopes of obtaining the ramen. This simultaneously narrows down the time frame of when the book could have been written, while additionally putting it into even further question, given that entity 155, do we already have that? Yeah, this meat is gummy, was also not yet discovered when the book was originally found. The author of the book also seems to have incredibly vast knowledge of more mysterious levels, such as level 480 and level 66, but of which the Meg still has very limited knowledge about. This detail makes the quest of identifying the author all that more challenging. Many red herrings and fakers have come up in the case, but no substantial evidence has come forward, partially due to the inexplorable nature of level 3. The BNTG has created an unofficial supplementary document for the community to post their own recipes. Any information about the book's author or the book in general should be immediately directed to the Meg. We're finally done with that, but I swear there is more. Okay, there's two more. There's two more. Whew. Chicken. Entity 80 N. Level 1, 8, and 147. Ants are bird-like creatures somewhat resembling normal chicken that are bred for the meat and eggs on the stage. They are not dangerous if you do not approach them or touch the eggs. Ants live exclusively on level 147. The ant eggs are very valuable due to them being nutritious and also due to the possibility to grow them domestically. They are very protective of their eggs and will not hesitate attacking anyone if the predator is much stronger and bigger than them. Ants are known to organize themselves in packs of 5 or more. It becomes extremely dangerous to engage the ants because 4 of them can and will grab you by the limbs, and the 5th one will bite through your neck. The ants have been observed to be extremely aggressive, with the clumps going as far as tearing them apart and then consuming them. Damn. The biggest and most noticeable difference from normal chicken is that the ant has a beak that can open up to 160 degrees, revealing a mouth filled with razor-sharp teeth placed in rows going out around the mouth. The throat is separated from the beak by a membrane opening when the ant is swallowing their foods. They're also known to be completely blind, but have keen hearing and can hear the slightest disturbance around them. They appear to be communicating using echolocation, producing a sound resembling clucking, followed by a series of clicking. The hands can be tamed by using the almond water, as they're very attracted to almonds and almond water. They're also hermaphrodites, which was discovered after Keshbekov's autopsy of a tame ant. The first sighting of ants were recorded by a small group of the lost passing through level 147. The official discovery of the ants was made by Meg explorers. Hey Doc, are we the first people who discovered this place? Nah, I don't think so. We can see that the hay has been disturbed. Could it be the entities that disturbed it and not humans? Could be. Hey, do you hear that? Hear what exactly? The clicking noise. The what? What'd you do? Looks like I stepped into something. You step in the egg. Hey, what is that? Ah! Okay, do's and don'ts. Do. If they become aggressive, spill on water near them. If you see a pack of more than 5 ants retreat slowly, producing the least amount of sound possible. Don't, in any circumstance, break their eggs. Try to pet slash touch the ants even if they appear passive and calm. Alright. Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh. Oh, that's disgusting. Habitat majority, most notably level 2 and 3. Clumps are strange, dangerous bundles of limbs, capable of a tremendous speed and incredible agility. Their preferred habitat is in a majority level or spaces which are tight in comparison to their size. With the largest recorded specimens being about 3 feet, though this makes them difficult to spot. Clumps may still be seen in level 2 and 3. Overseer update: a strange and inexplicable phenomenon has occurred when the number of clump sightings appear to be diminishing. Nonetheless, we can't really track the possibility of extinction as most levels are infinite, but perhaps we'll have to see. Please report any sightings of clumps to the nearest MEG member, Overseer C. Hey, it's Andrew or Stretcher. I don't remember which one is it. I don't remember which one is which, to be honest. I wanna go check. I'm on water. No, it wasn't on that page. So we know that Overseer B is cat. Okay, Overseer A is Stretch and C is Andrew. Got it. Clump seems to be in a constant state of hunger, roaming levels in search of prey. When prey is found, clumps will make their way towards it. When within 8 feet, clumps will stretch out their longest limb in an attempt to capture it, bringing the prey towards the center to reveal a mouth filled with razor-sharp teeth. From there, the prey will be eaten. However, for unknown reason, not many are known to attack right away. Recent development have shown that clumps are revealing signs of deliberate starvation, ignoring almost every wanderer that passed by unless provoked. Still looking as to why. As said before, clumps consist of a multitude of limbs, all varying in length and muscular structure. This unusual structure affects the way clumps run. They tend to swipe at the floor in order to move. Once in motion, they exhibit incredible amounts of strength and speed, being very agile with their movement. There's also been reports of eyes and ears being seen emerging from the massive appendages. Yeah, I think after that I'm really gonna stop. I'm starting to be hungry as fuck. Dead and even living clumps appear to have incredibly dry skin. We demonstrated an attack on a few and their bones were found to be extremely brittle. Though it was rare, we did see a pair of more of eyes on a clump. It looked like it was crying. None of us were sure why, but something in our head kept telling that their god was gone. I suppose that'd be true for all of us, if gods really did exist. The greenhouse of judgment. Is that the level? No, isn't. Oh wow, that boy is trippy. No, I think I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna do a pause after that to go eat because I'm really invested in that. The first report of a clump was made by a wanderer by the name of Elliot Winston, in which they encountered a skin stealer and successfully escaped, getting attacked by a clump shortly after. To had the last one of the first and oldest group of the backrooms. Sorry. See to have mentioned clumps within ancient scrolls found deep within level 3. They refer to them as the ones with eternal limbs, as translated, except one of the scrolls is written below. Protest, pro- Protestia, knowing she would diminish alongside her beloved humans' wish to band together and give peace to the Wall of Yellow, had to show them what true unification was like. Taking a group of humans under the guise of celestial guidance, she shall create the first true symbol of unification, the one with eternal limbs. Disgusted by what she had created, fearful, our people banished her deep into the greenhouse of judgment. Still, she continued to make the ones with eternal limbs with those who came by, even as she begins to fade away. Do's and don'ts. Do stay silent in their presence. Keep at least 8 feet away from them. Retreat at the sound of multiple people running. Don't go near them at all if one is spotted. Try to interact with them. Stick around when a clump is moving into one's position. Recent development. The largest clump was reported to be about 4 feet. Oh wait. You didn't think my beloved creation would simply fade away, did you? The cultivator's courthouse. Oh, sorry, that's the point of view of the goddess. Limbs. The largest clump was reported to be 4 feet tall. Take a longer. Recent development have shown that wanderers wearing wall masks, particularly Oni masks, seem to intimidate instances of Entity 5, causing them to either bow or flee. On most clumps, their longest limb range from 8 to 10 feet. Wow. Do forgive them. They're more focused on their own hunger than actually protecting my beloved, delivering sentences. Once they're eaten, their fill, clumps will enter a dormant state. During this time, they will dig into the ground or in some cases break through the carpet/concrete of any level and bury themselves in it, leaving only their longest limb out and open as they sleep. In this process, it's possible for them to get injured, thus making them even more vulnerable. It is best to exterminate them during this state. Fair enough. As mentioned previously, clumps are a bundle of human limbs. Each limb is of different lengths and muscular structure, rendering it difficult for clumps to travel smoothly. Nonetheless, they are capable of moving at tremendous speed, jumping over obstacles, traveling through vents, boop, 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 and climbing up walls. Besides limbs, there have also been reports of clumps with other body parts, such as eyes and ears. Similar to their sister creation, snatcher weeds, their skin has a sticky, almost dewy feel to them. Their scent is similar to that of burnt flesh and red dahlias. Red dahlia symbolize betrayal and dishonesty. Okay. Though there is nothing within a clump's flesh that causes such scents. The first flower. Ah yeah, there's also stories in the backrooms, and I am so excited to read them. Fascinating, isn't it? How easily one could compare one thing to another, knowing how drastically different those two things are. You know, there was once a group who walked amongst us long ago. Well, technically, they still walk among us now. They predicted, within their ancient scroll, of a being who would roam the entirety of the backrooms, a ruthless symbol of tainted purity and corruption, the one with eternal limbs. They called them a rather fitting name, far more sophisticated than what you people call my darlings, typical of those like the lost. But I disagree. You want to learn how they truly were first discovered? You've been so good reading so far. Fine, I suppose we'll tell you. It was meant to be a gift, my favorite among your people. They all agreed to becoming the first. I never forced them to. I crafted them into your no-called clump. It took far longer time to craft them, even with our celestial hands, far harder than his way. I thought the people would be happy, but they saw me only as a new threat, a threat against a home I could never bring myself to hurt. And so they chased it and her out. And to think unification only led to betrayal. You may think that you amuse me, Ethan, but it truly doesn't. There are those who still believed me. Should I believe I still alive, taking only the terminally ill and the truly weak to craft? They take me as a monster. Would a monster bother asking the permission first? Yeah, that's the floor that doesn't exist. Yeah, that's the floor that doesn't exist. Uh, and now, as less and less people know of her existence, she had a chance. She had to take a chance now. I didn't understand it at first, choosing me, who had been blinded with liquid pain. Me, who saw nothing but corruption. But now I get it. It'll bring them back for me to just the way it should be, even if there are few new things about them. Why don't you take a visit? Maybe you two will understand. Do na na na. Don't let yourself get corrupted. Wow. That was a trippy entry. That was weird. Uh the bathrooms. Lol. Alright, so now I'm hungry, so we're gonna take a little break so my voice can calm the fuck down. Be right back. Alright, so I'm sorry. I said I was just going. I'm sorry. I said I was just gonna go on a break, but it's starting to be kind of late. So yeah, we're gonna end this right now. I'm gonna be back tomorrow to keep doing this, and I think I'm gonna do some entries um, um, off stream, so I can also record them and publish them on YouTube. And thanks for